नमस्सर्वेभ्यः कक्ष्यायां स्वागतं प्रार्थनया प्रारम्भं कुर्मः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। हरिः ओं तत्सत्। अद्य अस्माभिः चतुर्थपाठे प्रवेशः क्रियते। यथा सर्वत्र सूक्तिना आरम्भः, सूक्त्या आरम्भः। अद्यतनसूक्तिः एवमस्ति। यान्ति न्यायप्रवृत्तस्य तिर्यञ्चोऽपि सहायताम्। यान्ति न्यायप्रवृत्तस्य तिर्यञ्चोऽपि सहायताम्। न्यायप्रवृत्तस्य इति षष्ठी। यः न्यायपथि प्रवृत्तः अस्ति, अर्थात् न्यायपथि एव चलति, स्वस्य कार्याणि तस्मिन् न्यायपथि एव करोति, तादृशमनुष्यस्य न्यायप्रवृत्तस्य, न्याये प्रवृत्तः न्यायप्रवृत्तः तस्य न्यायप्रवृत्तस्य। तिर्यञ्चः अपि, तिर्यक् इत्युक्ते inferior births, basically other than human lives, okay, or even a wasted human life, you can call it a tiryak also. So tiryanchah is a plural, okay. So even the animals and lower lives, here as they said birds, tiryanchah api sahayatam yanti. Kasya sahayatam? Nyayapravrittasya sahayatam yanti. So tiryanchah api nyayapravrittasya sahayatam yanti. Yanti, they get, beget or seek, okay, that sense is there. So tiryanchah api nyayapravrittasya sahayatam yanti. So basically this is actually very, very true. We know that animals, especially those with pets, will stand by this. They have a sense of rightfulness, attitude, etc. They see in a person very quickly. So they know a person who is confident and truthful, or one who is not acting, from the other. Okay, so you can say that that sense is also a little bit there, though here it is more in the sense of nobody wants to take help from those who might give dhoka, those who might have ulterior motives when they offer help, whereas one who has a nyaya pravritti, they don't mind taking help. That it's a very important statement. Giving help is one thing, but taking help is also a responsibility. So that's where. So न्यायप्रवृत्तस्य मनुष्यस्य सहायतां तिर्यञ्चः अपि यान्ति. Here I have put the karta later because the accent has to be on this aspect. So न्यायप्रवृत्तस्य मनुष्यस्य सहायतां तिर्यञ्चः अपि यान्ति. So to tone it up, we have to bring the subject little later rather than go with a stale sentence order in these cases. Okay. So pretty much keeping this kavi's tiryanchah api in that place, and yanti and sahayatam I have moved a little bit, that's it. So saralartah praninaha pashu pakshi etadrishaha praninaha api sanmarge athava nyayapati cha gamyamanasya manavasya sahayam kurvanti. Oh, okay. I totally took wrong meaning for yanti. Then yach, no, not yach. This is in the sense of giving. Okay, so kurvanti. Okay, ya dhatu. Yachanti na yanti. So kurvanti. Okay, so I guess there is a give and take also. So maybe the way I interpreted yachanti is also important for our lives, but here it's more about giving. So this is very nice. So I think the most typical example is the Ramayana where all the Vanara kingdom comes to the aid of Rama. Rama and Lakshmana, okay. Huh? I don't know what is this lighthouse in the distance, whatever it is. Okay, so Praninaha api sanmarge nyayapati cha gamyamanasya. Here Shanach has been the one who is going sense. Okay, manavasya sahayam kurvanti. So where is this? Okay, I don't exactly have identified the source, but I could identify the whole verse at least from my research. Research means search only. Okay. Yanti nyaya pravrittasya tiryanchopi sahayatam apanthanam tu gacchantam sodoropi vimunchati. Apapa. Second half is always cutting. Kavis. So apantanam tu gacchantam, the one who is going in the wrong path, sodaraha api vimunchati. So even his own brother will give up on him, will not try to help. So this is Vibhishana. So obviously this has reference directly to Ramayana. Okay, you can see, maybe I don't know whether it is a Valmiki's only shloka somewhere in the correct place, but may not be. Maybe by some other Kavi later who is summarizing Ramayana, etc., or commenting on it. It's beautiful. Yanti nyaya pravrittasya tiriyanchopi sahayatam apanthanam tu gacchantam sodaropi vimunchati. Even in fact Kumbhakarna tries very hard to tell Ravana, what is this stupid thing you are doing when I am sleeping? Just send her back with Maryada and get on with it, like that. But I guess something to that effect. But he stays by Ravana. One thing is he doesn't give up his dharma. Vibhishana is criticized otherwise. Okay. All characters have been painted by Valmiki, all possibilities. Okay. Apanthanam durmargam gacchantam manavam. Okay, here durmargam it is a durmargam. Okay, one who is durmargi, like that. Okay, manavam tasya sodarah api vimunchati tyajati. So there is another shloka apparently somewhere else I have source. So this is a different type of cutting which is more direct to the Ramayana scenario, which is actually Arthantara Nyasa. There it is a opposite statement. So these two are interesting. So yanti nyaya pravrittasya tiriyanchopi sahayatam pranarpanam vanaranam ramakarye vanaukasam. Okay, so this is more direct example of the picture I have shown. Okay, even Vanaras, for the sake of the Rama, okay, these forest dwelling Vanaras also give up their lives. Okay, Ramakarye vanaukasam vanaranam paranarpanam. This is a Visheshana Visheshya. Okay, pranarpanam yatha tatha iti arthantara nyasa alankaraha. Okay, why it's not upama directly? Because yatha is not already put, so we have to take it as a arthantara nyasa, an example. Drishtanta arthantara nyasa. I mean, I don't know, maybe I am weak in defending that alankara there. I struggle with it a little bit always. Anyway, okay, so let us look at this tiryak shabda a little bit. So tiryach chakaranta. See, chakaranta may not be apparent to us. It will become apparent in the other vibhaktis. Tiryach chakarantaha pullingaha. So there is some more property related to that. But anyway, chalati saha. So yaha vakramarge chalati tiryanchaha. I mean, it is not exactly to be interpreted in that sense. It's not as if lower lives are going in vakramarga. Maybe their historic karmapala has brought them there that much, yes, but I don't think we should take a literal interpretation. Here it should be just taken as lower lives. Okay, so tiryang, tiryanchau, tiryanchaha. See, chakara comes back here. Tiryancham, tiryanchau, tiranchaha, tiraschaha. Wow, quite different. Dvitiya bahuvachana. Tiraschaha, tirascha, tiryagbhyam, tiryagbihi, tirasche, tiryagbhyam, tiryagbhyaha, tiryaschaha, tiryagbyam, tiryagbhyaha, Tiraschaha, tiraschoho, tirascham, tiraschi, tiraschoho, tirakshu. Oh, this is also in tirakshu. So this nasal is heard in Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachana, Dvivachana and Bahuvachana, and again in Dvitiya Eka and Dvitiya Dvivachana. After that we don't hear that nasal sound anywhere. So it's very interesting. Okay. And then there is a Sudagama somewhere. Tiryaschaha, Shakara has come due to Shutva, but there is a Sudagama somewhere. So yeah, so interesting. Even the Yakara has disappeared. So it's quite a complex declension table. That's what all that Ugit, Queen Antaha and all may be put in by Nilesh Bodaswarya in ashtadhyayi.com, to explain the variety of colors we get in its declension. Okay, one look, sometime it will help to know that there are some complex words. So Sahayaha, one who is helping, that is helper. Sahayakaha is more obvious with a kap pratyaya, helper. Sahayam or Sahayata, both are bhavaha, the kriya bhava of the Sahaya, helpfulness. Or just help, you can say in English. Sometimes English is weird. Just help can mean a helper or just actual help. So it's not exactly helpful. Literally I have to use the word help to describe the unhelpful nature of some of the ways in which English works. Okay. Yanti nyaya pravrittasya tiryanchopi sahayatam. That much we should remember. And maybe when you explain, you can add a line about how Vanaras help Rama. Something like that. Any questions? Okay. Samasaha. So we come back to Samasa. Where are we? It's good to go back to our first table that was given to us by Samskrita Bharati. Under Samasa we have Tatpurusha, Karmadharaya, Dvigu variants all under Tatpurusha. Tatpurusha here first being Samanya Tatpurusha, then Karmadharaya variant, Dvigu variant, etc. Of course there are few more, right? Not identified directly here, but that's okay. Because then Dvandvaha, we had seen that, we have not yet seen that, and we have not yet seen Dvigu. So the two yellow highlights here is for Dvandva and Dvigu, which are going to be addressed today. As usual, more and more examples, and Samskrita Bharati will teach with even our exercises what we do, more examples emerge there than in the main text also. So the exercise also teaches us once we have answered them, of course. Okay, that helps us. So Bahuvrihi, Avyayi, Bhava. So these are the top level variants. So Rama Rajyam, Tatpurusha, Ramasya Rajyam. Okay, then Dvandva, Ramaha Lakshmanaha cha, Rama Lakshmanau. Bahuvrihi, Yashoda Nandanaha. Okay. Yashodam nandati Yashoda nandate yena saha, something like that. Okay. Nandati okay, some sense of Nandana has to be brought in to apply it to Yashoda. Okay, so Bahurihi, one who pleases Yashoda, something like that. Okay. Then we have Upakrishnam, Avyayi Bhavaha. Okay, so Krishnasya Samipam, Upakrishnam, like that. Okay, so that's an Avyaya result. Then Karmadharaya, Balak, Chaturaha Balakaha. Okay, Chaturascha Asau Balakaha, Athava Chaturascha Balakascha Chatura Balakaha. Two ways we can go through that. Okay, in fact, Samskrita Bharati also allows you to just say Chaturaha Balakaha equal to Chatura Balakaha as a Karmadharaya. But it will be nice to put Chaturascha Balakascha at least. Okay, because that gives that Visheshana Visheshya. So Visheshana Purvapada Karmadharaya. Then Dvigu is what we are going to study. Pancharatram. Rama Lakshmana easy enough. Dvigus are interesting. So let us see that also. Okay, Dvigu Samasaha. So Dvigu, whenever you see this, then know that it is something about numbers. Okay. And so if a word denoting number is found at the beginning of a compound and the compound expresses an aggregate or totality, it is called Dvigu compound. Of course, numbers can also come otherwise. Okay, like Panchavimshatihi itself is a samasa. Okay, so we know it is Panchadika Vimshatihi, and it is a Madhyamapada Lopi and Karmadharaya. Like that, we have studied it earlier, I think, as example. Just because numbers come, it doesn't make it a Dvigu. So be awake to that. Know that if a word denoting the number is found at the beginning of a compound, and the second part will definitely not be a number again. Okay, and the compound expresses an aggregate or totality. That means there is some kind of summation of so many items of the same type. So that's the important. Okay, that is that aggregate of totality. It is called a Dvigu compound. Sometimes I wish they gave a Sanskrit Lakshana Vakyam also, because we should start climbing at Kovida level to get the Samskrita Lakshana Kathana also. I wish I had done that work, but looks like I haven't, so we'll move on. In this compound, the last vowel usually becomes E. Okay, E, sorry, Dirgha, E, and the compound word is feminine. Okay. For example, one example, Triloki, Trayanam Lokanam Samaharaha. Samahara means a collection. So a collection of the three lokas is Triloki, an assemblage of the three worlds. Okay, so this is a E ending variety. Okay, so then, for example, Panchavati, next example, beautiful, right? Panchavati, Panchanam, Vatanam. Vatanam is, Vata is like a small forest, or you can even refer to it as a forest with Vatavriksha as the dominant centrality, maybe. Okay, so Panchanam, Vatanam, Samaharaha. Definitely not just collection of 5 Vatavriksha, but it's more than that. It's little bit more than that. Anyway, Panchavati. So this is where Rama would have stayed now with the other sages in the beginning. So Panchanam, Vatanam, Samaharaha, Trayanam, Lokanam, Samaharaha. So these are all known as Samahara Dvigu. We will see later. Sometimes the last vowel becomes a, and the compound word is in neutral gender, like Pancharatram, like that. I say that's what here. So here it's not Pancharatram. They have used Pancha and Ratram to make that, but here it's Panchapatram, Navaratram. Interesting. Anyway, Tribhuvanam, Trayanam, Bhuvananam, Samaharaha. Tribhuvanam. So it is not Tribhuvani. I guess we will not be able to know the rules by which, when it takes this Akaranta Napumsakatva or Ikaranta Stritva, more or less we have to come from practical knowledge of how the final form is and explain it as that or this for now. Okay, so because to climb to that level is a lot more effort. So Tribhuvanam, Trayanam, Bhuvananam, Samaharaha. Panchapatram, Panchanam, Patranam, Samaharaha. So what is this? Patra here is probably just a vessel, because Panchapatra is something that we use for pujas and all that, no? So Panchanam, Patranam, Samaharaha. Here doesn't mean Patram. Patra is some kind of a human vessel of knowledge or anything. It's just probably a physical vessel of water. Okay, anyway, Panchapatram, Navaratram. So Navanam Ratrinam Samaharaha, Navaratram. So Ratri Shabda is Strilinga, but it's finally become a Napumsaka Samahara. Navanam Ratrinam Samaharaha. Okay. So yeah, so I have our Chamundeshwari Devi to represent Navaratri. Though in Kannada we say Navaratri, in Samskrita it is Navaratram. Okay. So we take the E, maybe I don't know whether that's also allowed. Maybe there is a variant Sanskrit word Navaratri also, I don't know. But at least in most other local languages we continue to use Ratri Shabda rather than Ratram and all that. We don't do this Napumsakatva. Anyway, with the sense of all the words in the compound, oh sorry, we switched from Dvigu now. Okay, so Dvigu only 3-4 examples and they have moved on for now. Almost every example is so called the Samahara Dvigu. Let us see what else develops later. Maybe at the introduction level they don't want to torture us too much. Maybe later they will come more with it. So Dvandva Samasa. Yes, Bhagini.
So what does word Dvigu mean?
Dvigunita, something like that. Gunit, Dvigunita, something like that may have generated. I mean, doubled, or actually in this case, not just doubled, tripled, quadrupled, pentapled, and all that, but maybe they've stuck to Dvi as the count. Huh?
Yeah, correct.
So at least it helps that Dvi is a count number. So Dvigu is a Dvigunita. So then immediately we remember it is a Samahara Dvigu type, more likely a collection of so many items into one name. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
On the spot, I am telling. I don't have any Vyutpatti knowledge of the word, frankly. Huh? On the spot, I am giving ourselves some clues as to how to use the name. That's all.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Dvandva Samasaha. So here it is much more easier name. Okay. Dvandva means couple only, right? In fact, Dvandva in Kannada means fight between two people, sadly. I don't know why we take it in that sense always, but anyway, it need not be fight. It can be many other beautiful things between two people. But yeah, so Dvandva Samasaha. It's a Rudi Bala always. Bhasha goes by Rudi. So with the sense of all the words in the compound having equal importance, if two or more words are compounded, it is a Dvandva Samasa. So Samanadikarana has to be there. So both of them are Pradhana. So we know the Lakshana Katana of Dvandva. Ubayapada Pradhanaha Dvandvaha, something like that we had seen long back. So Ubayapada Pradhanya is there in Dvandva Samasa. That's what they are saying in long English winding words. Okay. So it is so easy in Samskritam. That's why I like Samskrita Lakshana Kathana. It cannot be like more Shastriya than saying so many things. What was the necessity of torturing us and say if two or more words are compounded and all? It's all secondary. Ubayapada Pradhanaha Dvandvaha. Finish. Okay. Itaretara Dvandva and Samahara Dvandva are two types of Dvandva. Here they have straight away subclassified. There everybody seems to be Samahara. Here there seems to be Samahara and Itaretara variant. So let's see what is this variation. Okay, very quickly it will be apparent to us. Two or more words can be compounded to form an Itaretara Dvandva. Nothing special taught to us there, already said earlier. Here the words are related by a conjugation. That is conjugation. Remember, conjugation is used for verbs. Conjunction. Sorry, so not conjugation. Thanks for reminding me. Conjugation is a process of attaching thing pratyaya to dhatus. Okay, or even in German when we decline verbs like that, conjugate verbs like that. But here this is different. Conjunction. So this is and. Okay, cha, that is cha. When it is dissolved, the members of the samasa are connected by means of the word cha alone. Okay. Two words, Rama Lakshmanau, Ramascha Lakshmanascha. So Itaretara Dvandva, because Rama is one character, Lakshmana is another character. Okay, Harihara Guravaha, Harishcha, Harascha, Guruscha. In fact, we pray every class in the beginning, at least every day once in the class in the beginning, we pray for this, no? So yeah, Harishcha, Harascha, Guruscha. Four words, Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugnaha. So they have shown 2, 3, 4. So now what they are trying to show is you don't need to hierarchically stack. For example, Harihara Guravaha, there is no need for do Harishcha Harascha Hariharau Hariharau Guruhu Cha Harihara Guravaha. No, Hariharau Cha Guruhu Cha Harihara Guravaha. Nothing wrong if you want to do hierarchic stacking, but it's wasted. It's enough to right away do the cha for all of them and call it a dvandva. It's a stack of dvandvas. Harishcha, Harascha, Guruscha. Stick to this simple thing. Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna. Four of them have stacked with Ramascha, Lakshmanascha, Bharatascha, Shatrughnascha. All of being akarantas, there is a shutva.
Mahudaya, I have one doubt here. How do we differentiate it from Karmadharaya? For example, a word like Uttama Purushaha, there we say Uttamascha Purushascha.
No. There it is a Visheshana to the Purusha. Here Rama is not a Visheshana to Lakshmana.
I know.
See, nothing wrong in if you want to look at it as a dvandva, as this Purusha who is there on one side and some other Uttama Purusha who is there on the left side, I just want to refer to him as Uttamaha. So then Uttamaha cha Purushascha Uttama Purusha. What you are doing is this Purusha is Anuttama, the other guy is Uttama. That's the dvandva sense. Do you want that in your sentence is what you have to think.
Okay.
Okay. So if you do Uttama Purusha, then either you are calling reference to two Uttama Purushas having done a Karmadharaya. Okay. You are doing a Dvivachana of Uttama Purushaha Shabda, or you are trying to do Uttamaha cha Purushascha, which means you are calling one as Uttama and another as just a mere man. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the intent is neither of these. Intent is to go Uttama Purushaha, one who is a superior fella. Okay. That's all.
Thank you.
Mahodaya, in Karmadharaya, Uttama Purusha Vigrahavakya Uttamaha cha Asau Purushaha.
Adella ide, madam. Adella ide. Vigrahavakya is one thing. Mahodaya is asking, okay, you're right. Technically, the Vigrahavakya has to be reasonably accurate.
That is the
that's why if you use this Samskrita Bharati shortcut of Uttamascha Purushascha Uttama Purushaha Karmadharaya, your Vigrahavakya is being little bit cheap. Okay, so that's why the grammarians, they don't use that. They use Uttaramascha Asau Purushaha. They bring Asau to show the link between Uttama and Purusha as a Visheshana Visheshya. Okay, using a Sarvanama. Okay, so that's why that is more palatable. That's what in the very beginning I told. The Shastriya uses Asau and Ami or some three variants. Two, Asau is for Pullinga and Strilinga, and Ami or something for Nabumsaka is used. Okay. I have to go back and check what is the Napumsaka. Others Shabda I keep forgetting. Anyway, others table we have to keep a printout and keep looking at it. Okay. Yeah, so I think Mahodaya, you understood the thing. Bhagini is right. Bhagini brought out the thing that the Vigrahavakya as used by Samskrita Bharati with just Chakara is a little weak because it has the same Vigraha Katana as Dvandva. That is correct. That is a weakness. That's why the original Vaiyakaranis don't use that Scha business. They use an Asau in addition to that. Maybe we should practice that. Huh? Yeah. But anyway, I have told you, Vigrahavakya apart, what is the, why you are not prevented from doing Itara Dvandva of Uttama Purushaha. Okay, Uttama and Purusha. If you use it in singular, then it is clearly Bahuvrihi. If you use it in Dvivachana, it can be one of two things. It can be this Dvandva of Uttamaha and Purushaha, or it can be a Dvivachana of Uttama Purushaha, which is a Karmadharaya. Okay, that much I want to explain to you. Okay, all right. I think that was good, important. I think clarity was brought that this Dvandva clashes with the Karmadharaya Vigraha. Now we appreciate why that Asau business is there. Okay, we can use at least Yeshaha Etat. At least it still brings the sense of Sarvanama pointer. Okay, all right. Rama Lakshmana, oh, there is nothing new there. Okay, in this way, the compound can be formed with any number of words. The number, Vachanam of the compound is either Dvivachanam or Bahuvachanam, depending on the total number of persons meant by the words in the compound and the gender of the compound word. This is very important. Gender of the compound word will be the same as that of the last word in it. This is very important. The last person in the list dominates the gender of the whole collected word. So, Rama cha Sita cha. Okay, Rama Site. It won't be Rama Sitau. Okay, you cannot go to Sitau. Sita has to go Site only, right? Sita, Site, Sita. So, Rama Site will be the Dvandva of Rama and Sita, not Rama Sitau or anything. Or you put Sita before, say Sita Ramau, then you can do Pullinga declension. So it's up to you how you want to order. Okay, so that's what is said here, this point, remember that. Okay, that was Itaretara. Now let us look at Samahara Dvandva. This compound also refers to a collection like Dvigu. Here the compound will be in neuter gender only, but you will see the difference in quality very quickly. Okay, Putra Pautram. Okay, so we have done a single Ekavachana substitution So there is some kind of samahara sense, collective sense, but it is not actually a sankhya samahara. If it is a sankhya samahara, then it is a dvigu. If it is a direct reference to the objects which are in the samahara, which are in the collective, then it is a samahara dvandva. Got it? So if it is a sankhya, for example, Panchanam Patranam Samahara. Pancha Shabda is the participant, and same element. Patra is the common thing repeated 5 times. But here it's not like that. Putra is son, Pautra is grandson. So Putra Pautram here is in the sense of progeny. Okay, see the sense of progeny, sons and grandsons, like that. Okay, so that one has one word, Sanji son, like that. Sanji son. If you want to extend English. Okay, so Putra Pautram as one single lineage, like that little bit. Putraha athava putraha cha pautrascha athava pautraha. So there can be one putra and one pautra, many putras and many pautras. So they have shown all possibilities, but you can do putraha cha pautraha cha etayoho anayoho samaharaha. Okay, so putra pautram. Okay, anayoho uses the adas and etesham uses the etad version of that. Okay, so samaha. So this is part of the vigraha katana. So putraha athava putraha cha pautraha cha anayoho samaharaha putra pautram. One single napumsaka collective heap word. Okay, like progeny. Okay, a collection, a group of sons and grandsons. Dasi dasam. Dasi athava dasyah bahuvachana. Dasyah cha dasaha cha anayoho samaharaha dasi dasam. Remember this vigraha. Anayoho samaharaha, anayoho samaharaha, you have to put. Okay, and you have to be little careful. If it is all feminine there, okay, you cannot probably use anayoho, because others strilinga we have to check what is the table. If it is also anayoho, we are saved. If it is slightly different, we have to go pick that. Or you stick to etesham. Okay, etasam. Then it will switch to etasam for all strilinga collection. Bagini?
When there are two words, that is putraha pautraha cha, whether we have to use anayoho, whether anayoho dvivachana part or pautraha pautraha, when there are plural we have to use eteshama.
See here, anayoho is in the sense of these two words. Okay, see, dasyaha dasaha iti padadvayoho anayoho, like that it is used. Okay, can you accept that? This anayoho is a dvivachana.
But etesham is
etesham they have used. I agree, there they have used plural. So little bit of freedom has been given to go to, see, actually if it is putraha cha pautraha cha, then you cannot say etesham, you have to say etayoho. Okay, so guys, what you do, if you cannot for your life remember the dvivachana and bahuvachana version shashti of this others shabda and all that, if you can, that will be nice. Stick to this etayoho etesham. Okay, and then esha etasyaha etayoho only comes, I think, for even strilinga, and then etasam will come in bahuvachana, something like that. Okay, so you can at least work with that. Stick to anayoho, don't worry. Okay, nobody is going to put a micro lens for now. For me anayoho works because mentally for me anayoho padayoho samaharaha, like that. Instead of going directly to the plurality of the objects it refers, this is finally a single pada. So anayoho samaharaha dasi dasam, like that. Nothing wrong. A new word called dasi dasam, like that. Okay.
Guruvarya?
Varya.
Anayoho means is it in between?
No. Of these two. Of these two. Anayoho. And etesham means of these all. Okay. Yeah. That's what Bhagini said. Look, upstairs they put anayoho and combined duty. Ete sham little bit not justified. Why they use dvivachana there and bahuvachana here? Though they are meaning is supposed to be identical, they should have stuck to some principle there. Etayoho could have been there, or anayoho could have been substituted with bahuvachana. But for me, I would stick to anayoho because it is two words. And forget all this. And if it is word, then anayoho fits anyway because we are not giving any linga reference. Okay? Because of the word called putra and of the word called pautra, anayoho, it's a napumsaka dvivachana. Pada.
ವರ್ಯ ಈ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಮಗ ಮತ್ತು ಮೊಮ್ಮಗನ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್.
ಅದೇ ಸಮಾಹಾರ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸಮಾಹಾರದು ಗುಂಪು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ.
ಸಮಾಹಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಗುಂಪು, ಅನಯೋಹ ಒಂದು ಗುಂಪು.
But finally, Bhagini, you cannot write this Vakya in English or Kannada or anything. So finally, we have to learn the Sanskrit version of that. All the explanation.
ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
ಇಲ್ಲ, but you read the Sanskrit and stick to the regularity of Sanskrit Vigraha Vakyas in your mind. Don't go to, yeah. I wouldn't trust the English sentence here to interpret the Sanskrit. Okay? Yeah. Okay, a collection of female male servants. Okay, note the word. Okay, let's see somewhere. They may explain a bit more. Let's give some time to Samskrit Bharati. The word samaharaha, denoting a collection, gumpu, is used in the vigraha vakya of both dvigu and samahara dvandva. But it must be noted that the second member is predominant in dvigu because the first one is a number, since it is a type of tatpurusha. Whereas in samahara dvandva, all members are equally important as it is a conjunctive compound. Okay, all right. So that's what dvigu was a kind of tatpurusha, because again and again we are referring to ratri shabda or vatika shabda, something like that. Okay. Vata shabda, not vatika shabda. Otherwise it will become panchavatika, something like that. Okay. I don't know what all these gods are doing here. Maybe it will come in the right side. Study the following sentences with the dvigu and dvandva samasa words in them for better understanding. They have brought in alternating so that we get a sense of the variation. I think we have kind of understood, but let's see. Narada Maharshihi Tribhuvane Sancharitum Shaktaha. Tribhuvanam Tribhuvane. In the Saptami version of Tribhuvanam Shabda, which is a Akaranta Napumsakalinga Shabda. So it goes like Phale, Tribhuvane, like that in Saptami, like Rame. Okay. Narada Maharshihi Tribhuvane Sancharitum Shaktaha. Na kevalam Shaktaha. एतस्य चलनमेव कष्टाय भवति. यदा नारदः यत्र कुत्रापि गच्छति नूतन पुराणमेव लेखनीयं भवति. ओके, सो संचरितुं शक्तः अपि न संचरति सर्वदा इति वक्तव्यं. सेज नारदा इज केपेबल ऑफ ट्रैवर्सिंग द थ्री वर्ल्ड्स. I don't know whether Vishnu, Maheshwara, all these guys really tell him something or he invents. Sometimes I get a subtle feeling he invents. He will go tell Vishnu that you should do this, and then he will go tell that other guy, Vishnu told you to do like this. I think he's the typical mama. Vinayakah Trilokim Parikrantavan. Okay, so Triloki Strilinga Shabda. So Trilokim Parikrantavan. So Vinayaka toured the three worlds. I think sitting on his Mushaka. No, I think he just went around his parents and did that. But anyway, Vinayaka Trilokim Parikrantavan. Brahma Vishnu Maheshwaraha Trimurtayaha Santi. See, Trimurtayaha. So another Trimurti Ikaranta Strilinga Shabda, Trimurtayaha. So see, Trimurti, which represents Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, is a Strilinga Shabda. Sanskrit is very particular with linga of the word, has nothing to do with the content always. Okay, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwaraha Trimurtayaha Santi. Okay, so another, actually here they should have darkened the Trimurtayaha, they forgot. Okay, so Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwaraha is a Dvandva. Nagaraju Varya, you are unmuted. I can get some.
Sorry, sir.
Is there something? Sorry. Okay.
No, sir. First two are Dvigu.
Okay. Trimurtayaha is actually a Dvigu there. They have neglected to highlight it. Okay. Rajakumari Dasi Dasena Saha Patigraham Gata. So Dasi Dasena. So what is this then? What is the kind of compound? Should have been in Dvivachana. Now we are triggered. Oh, it's in Ekavachana. So Dasi Dasam. So it is a not a Dvigu, it is Samaharad Itaretarad sorry, what you call Samaharadvanda. I'm sorry, Samaharadvanda, because of the Dasatva being common. Though these are two different, one is female gender dasas, another is male gender dasas, but there is a kind of a Samahara sense there of collecting them into one heap called Dasi Dasam. So that in Tritiya Vibhakti is Dasi Dasena. Napumsaka Shabda, Tritiya Vibhakti Ekavachana. Rajakumari Dasi Dasena Saha Patigraham Gata. So it doesn't mean one single person. It's a with a set of Dasis and Dasas, she went to her husband's place. Lakshmi Saraswatyau Dhanasya Vidyayascha Adhidevate. See Dvivachana Adhidevate. Okay. Lakshmi Saraswatyau. So, okay, Lakshmi Saraswati, but Ikaranta Strilinga Shabda, so Saraswatyau. So, it takes the same declension as Saraswati Shabda, okay, Nadi Shabdavat. So, Lakshmi Saraswatyau Dhanasya Vidyayascha Adhidevate. Here also they could have used Edvandva. Dhana Vidyayoho, something like that. Vidya. Sita Sitayah Sitayoho Vidyayoho, like that. So Dhana Vidyayoho Adhidevate it would have been. If they had taken the Dvandva route here, they have not, they have kept it split. Vayyakaranaha Ashtadhyayim Parishilayanti. Ashtanam Adhyayanam Samaharaha. Ashtadhyayi Ikaranta Strilinga Shabda. Okay, Ashtanam Adhyayanam Samaharaha bracket Dviguhu Ashtadhyayi. Tam Ashtadhyayim karma placement. Vayyakaranaha Ashtadhyayim Parishilayanti. Vyakaranam Jananti Vayyakaranaha. Taha Vayyakaranaha. Te Vayyakaranaha. Sahatau te Vayyakaranaha. Grammarians go through Ashtadhyayi carefully. Ashtadhyayi is Panini's work containing aphorisms on grammar. I have told it to no end. Okay.
Sir? In the fifth sentence, Dhanasya Vidyayascha, where if we had to make it a samasa. Now
so Dhanam cha Vidya cha Dhana Vidye. Dvivachana in Strilinga. Then Dhana Vidyayoho. Something like that will come.
But Vidya is Striling, so
I know.
Lata,
that's why how does Lata begin? Lata name decline in Shashti?
Oh, Shashti. Yes, yes.
Latayaha Latayoho.
Latayoho Latanam. Yes,
Vidyayoho. Yes. So Dhana Vidyayoho. Dhanas Napumsakatva goes to thin air. Okay, Vidya Strilingatva remains, and because it's a possessive case. Yeah. Okay. Vayyakaranaha Ashtadhyayim Parishilayanti. I just put it twice because I love Vayyakarana. Bhaktaha Saptashatyaha Parayanam Karoti. Bhaktaha Saptashatyaha Parayanam Karoti. Saptashati Ikaranta Dirgha Ikaranta Shabda. Strilinga Shabda. Saptanam Shatanam va. Saptanam Shatanam Samaharaha Saptashati. What is this Shata business? Because typically, collection of 100 shlokas is called a Shatakam, like that. The Kap Pratyaya make it Shatakam, but here it is just Shatam has been used. So, Shatanam Samaharaha. Saptanam Shatanam Samahara Saptashati. Okay. Tasyaha Parayanam Artat Saptashatyaha Parayanam. Strilinga Shashti Ekavachana. So Bhakta does the Parayana. Our Parayana Shabda came today. See, we are going to do today evening. All of you are going to do. Karoti. He Vatsa. Yes, Varya?
Pustake Saptanam Shatasya Samaharaha iti likitamasti.
Okay, they have taken Shatasya in Ekavachana I would still go Shatanam, because that's a kind of little bit put off type of combination for me. I think Shata being a Nitya Bahuvachana, whether Shatasya, but I would still go as Shatanam, because we call just like I said, Shatakam, for example, Niti Shatakam. Okay, when we make Niti Shatakam and then there is a Sringara Shatakam and Vairagya Shatakam, suppose I collectively want to do a Samahara for them, then I would go Tri Shatakanam, like that. Okay, Tri Shatakanam.
Varya.
Or Tri Shatakam, Tri Shatakasya, sorry. Tri Shatakam is the Samahara, Tri Shatakasya we would go. But here Shatasya is not so nice as Shatanam, because one each is a Shataka. Yeah. What is was it beginning?
Dasi Dasa idella. Adralli kuda they have written as Dasyaha cha Dasaha cha.
Erdu ittu. We saw erdu. In English book you see Dasi cha Dasaha cha Anayoho Samaharaha Dasi Dasam Athava Dasyaha cha Dasaha cha Anayoho Samaharaha Dasi Dasam. Both are possible.
In Kannada book they have
that's
not,
okay. Here what I am reading has both, so it's good. This is a richer representation. Okay, let's take benefit from that.
Dasi is also okay, no?
Dasi is also okay. Ekavachana is also okay.
Okay.
I mean, we don't know the count, whether it's one Dasi and one Dasa, or many Dasis and many Dasas. It's safe to go with Dasya cha Dasa cha, because usually it will not be one, especially for a queen or something. Yeah.
Okay.
Let us imagine a rich past of India rather than go cheap. Okay. Hey Vatsa, Panipadam Prakshalya Agaccha. So Pani Pada. So see here, all of them they have given the breakdown. So wherever, let us this Saptashati. Saptanam Shatasya Samaharaha. They have stuck to the Ekavachana, but believe me, Saptanam Shatanam also will fit, because here you go to Samahara Dvigo. See, Trayanam Lokanam Samaharaha. Why there had to be plurality for Lokas and not for Shata Shabda is the question. So, because Shata Shabda is not about 100, it is more about a title to a Kavya called Shatam or Shatakam in some places. I should stick to the Shatakanam or Shatanam is my reading here. Okay, I can argue with Samskrit Bharati. I am sure they will explain this is also fine, that's also fine. They won't reject my viewpoint. Okay, I can almost see that. I would stick to Shatanam, because for me Shata is one single collection of 100 verses. Okay. Actually in Saptashati it may be 700 verses, and does anybody know about Saptashati being actually a Grantha with 700 odd verses?
700 verses, sir, for this is Durga Saptashati.
Durga Saptashati.
700 verses.
See, there also, because Shatam is first 100, I would still go Shatanam. Okay? Yeah. ठीक है, both you, I would say you won't be off, but somehow this is off putting me. Saptanam Shatasya. It's violating that great Visheshana Visheshya which they have rubbed us so much with. Linge, Vachane, Vibhakta, Uchasa, like that. Anyway, so Pani Padam. So Pani.
Mohodaya, because it is only one bhakta, it must be Shatasya.
No. The what is why it is called Saptashati? Because it has got 700 set of 100 is Shatam there, and it has got 7 of those, isn't it? Right. Here, that's what the second number is not a number. It has lost its numeralness. It has become a title called Shatam or Shatakam. Otherwise, this is like 700 number construction, right? Why it is not Saptashata? Why it is Saptashati? Tell me. Saptashata Shabda is a Madhyama Pada Lopi Karma Dharaya. If you go back when we read Karmadaraya, Madhyamalopi, we have seen Dvavimshati or whatever we saw, I don't remember. Saptashata is also a number like Dvavimshati. What is difference? It is no more a number now, Saptashati. That's why I am arguing the Shata has lost its numeral nature. It has become a reference to a collection of 100 verses. And then 7 guna has been taken. So Saptanam, Shatanam Samaharaha. Because for me there are packs of 7 100 shloka collections. In a way, roughly. There may not be such a internal classification within that Grantha, but I am saying. Okay? Okay. We will not argue. You can stick to the book version in your exam. But for me, for satisfaction, I don't like it. Okay. So, Pani Padam. Pani cha Padau cha. So, Pani is a Dvivachana Shabda. Panihi, Pani, Panayaha. One hand, two hands, many hands. Panihi. Okay. So, Pani is the thing. Okay. So, Harihi, Hari, Har. Panihi, Harihi, Hari, Hara. I don't know how the declension map is, but anyway, Pani is Dvivachana. Pani cha Padau cha, this is easier word. Okay. Ete cha etesham samaharaha. Here it is etesham because 4, 2 hands and 2 legs. So samaharaha Pani Padam. Tat, why Tat is put here? Because it's in Dvitiya. Tat Pani Padam. Like that I have done the translation of Vibhakti using Tat. That is why Tat is there, because it is referring to Pani Padam in Dvitiya here. Okay. Why Tvam is the Karta in that sentence. Okay. So Agacha is the Pradhana Kriya, and Lyabanta Prakshalya has the karma of Panipada. So what it has to be washed? The leg and hand, like that. Okay. All right. Manavah Krodha Dvega Bhayaihi Vimuktaha Bhavet. Okay. Krodha Udvegaha Bhayaha. Okay. So the question is, in the Vibhakti is in Tritiya, Karana. Okay. So this is Krodha Udvegaha Bhayaha. Krododvega Bhayaha. And Taihi Krododvega Bhayaihi. Like that. See here. Krodascha Udvegascha Bhayamcha. See here. Bhayam. Oh, Bhayani. Bhayahana. See, that's why Linga Jnana, if it is weak, we lose marks. So Krodascha Udvegascha Bhayamcha Krododvega Bhayani. In Tritiya it is again Taihi Krododvega Bhayaihi. In Tritiya the Linga is merging between Napumsaka and Pullinga. So going back to Bhayam is not straightforward. It almost sounds like Bhayaha, and that mistake we should not do. We should remember now. Okay. So this is a Itara Dvandva. Okay. Bhimarjunau Ubhau Api Shurau Eva. Bhimarjunau Ubhau Api Shurau Eva. Everything Dvivachana. Bhimascha Arjunascha Bhimarjunau. In Pratama only it is there. Bhimarjunau Ubhau, both. I mean, in the sense, highlighting that each one of them, Api, Ubhau Api, Shurau Eva. So here's Japanese, I think Javanese maybe. Yeah, Javanese, not Japanese. Javanese dance, where Bhima and Arjuna characters are there. They do it more colorfully than us. Okay. I don't know what is this guy doing. Okay, he is the Krododvega Bhayaihi Vimuktaha Bhavitum Ichchati Eshaha Manavaha iti manye. Astu. So see, that is that Shatakam sense I have put in the Grantha there. So Trayanam Bhuvananam Samaraha Tribhuvanam Tasmin Tribhuvane Dviguhu. That was this sentence. Narada Maharshi Tribhuvane Sancharitum. Trayanam Lokanam Samaharaha Triloki. We had seen earlier. Tam Trilokim. So here Vinayaka Trilokim Parikrantavan. Karma pada for the Parikraman Karmana. Brahma cha Vishnuscha Maheshwarascha Brahma Vishnu Maheshwaraha Itaretara Dvandvaha. Dasyaha cha Dasaha cha Etesham Samaharaha Dasi Dasam Tena Dasi Dasena. So that Ragni va Rajakumari. Rajakumari Dasi Dasena Saha Patigraham Gata. Lakshmi hi cha. Oh, Lakshmi Shabda, we have to be very careful. So Lakshmi Shabda Pratama Ekavachana is Lakshmi hi. Okay, she is a special goddess with a special declension. So Lakshmi cha Saraswati cha. She is not a Ikaranta Strilinga Shabda. She has some other more complexity, I think. Okay, so Lakshmi Saraswatyau Itare Itara Dvandvaha. They couldn't have made money too easy to get, so they made the word also a little complex for us. Ashtanam Adhyayanam Samaharah Ashtadhyayi Tam Ashtadhyayim Vayyakarana Ashtadhyayim Patitavantaha, something is there. So Saptanam Shatasya we have argued to no end. I think we have seen the rest 4, so I'll move forward. Along with these 4 we saw these. Okay. How are we doing on time? Yeah, we have some time to move into the second part before we take a water break. Nijantaha. So the Kovida lesson is a bit fast on Vyakarana. They are pounding us with 2 varieties of samasa and immediately with taditantas and sannantas, etc. Okay, so they have now come to this Nijanta stuff. Okay, this is a sananta pratyaya, not a Nijanta pratyaya. It goes with dhatus. You will see very quickly. Okay. Ashvaha Dhavati. I want to just you to mentally go back to that flow chart we had. We had Dhatu, Sanadi Pratyayas coming back as Dhatu. Amongst the Sanadi Pratyayas, Nich belongs. This Parartha Nich belongs there. Okay. Converts, for example, Path Dhatu to Pathi Dhatu, like that. Okay. But whereas Taddita is from Namapada to new Namapada Pratipadika to new Pratipadika, like Dasharata, Dasharati, Vyakarana, Vayyakarani. These kind of variations is what is Taddita. Okay. Ashvaha Davati, horse runs. Okay, what is this causal affix? I mean, I don't know what the English word causal, don't need to worry. Okay. Pararthanich pratyaya is enough. Saratihi Ashwan Dhavayati. So Ashvaha Dhavati, Saratihi Ashwan Dhavayati. Horse runs, the rider or the charioteer in this case makes the horses run. Okay, they have deliberately pluralized the horses. Okay, Samskrita Bharati is not being blind, taking Ashvaha to Ashwan. Typically chariot anyway has 2 or more Ashwas, that we know, but even otherwise it could be a single Ashwa chariot. That's not the thing here. They have deliberately made it Bahuvachana to show that Dhavayati remains singular, which goes with Sarati. Okay, Ashvaha Dhavati, Sarati Dhavayati. Ashvam Dhavayati is also fine, Ashwan Dhavayati is also fine. So Sarati Ashwan Dhavayati, charioteer makes the horses run. So what has happened? The Dhavati is for the Karta, whereas Dhavayati is Karta's imploring of another object to do the running, and here it is Ashwan Dhavayati. Okay, so this gone into karma, but the action is still Dhavayati is still in the hands of Sarati. So Sarati Ashwan Dhavayati, Ashvaha Dhavanti. I mean, as a result of his Dhavayati Kriya, they do Dhavanti Kriya. Observe the difference in the meaning of the above sentences. Dhavati runs, Dhavayati causes to run. Causal. Oh, okay, now we understood what is causal affix. Thanks. Causes to run. Okay, in the first sentence, the action is not caused by anybody, whereas by anybody else, they should say very carefully. It is caused by the Ashwa anyway. So it's also somebody, but anybody else. Whereas in the second, it is caused by somebody else, some other person. It means the horses run being instigated by the charioteer. Thus, when the sense of instigation, action being caused, like causes to run, causes to do, causes to eat, etc., is to be denoted, the verb root takes the nich. In lot of this nich, only e remains, guys. Okay, this is all the extra affixes that Panini adds, because he first wants to make it pronounceable and distinct from another e pratyaya somewhere else. Okay, and next maybe he has a reason why he has used chakara as a itakshara, nakara as a itakshara. There may or may not be, at least for pronunciation or distinguishing it from another variable, So we cannot call it E pratyaya. There are hundreds of E pratyayas, hundreds of A pratyayas. So there are different titles, because with the title now we know what it means. We don't get confused with some other E pratyaya. But nich, there are two types of nich, unfortunately. I wish the grammarians had named one nich as one as something kitch or something. I don't know. They could have named it kitch if for all purposes, but they didn't. The swartha nich is there for one of the ganas, and the parartha nich is what we are talking about here. Okay. All right. In the following table, two sets of examples are given. One that does not end in nich and another ending in nich, which is either a verbal form or a participle form. Okay. I don't know what they mean by participle form here. Participle is typically used for kridantas. Anyway, let us move forward and come back. Usually sometimes that gets explained later, just like we understood causal. Note the difference in meaning. Pathati reads, pathayati causes to read. Oh, okay. What they meant is, the after the nich you can make it a tinganta or you can make it a kridanta. So it becomes a kridanta form in the end. But pathi is taken and then taken to kridanta path instead of tinganta path. That's what they mean, I think. Okay, verbal form means tinganta form, participle form means kridanta form. That's why if they use Sanskrit names there, it wouldn't have confused us. Note the difference in meaning. Pathati, pathayati. Jayalakshmi Variye, you have a question?
No, sir.
No, Bhagini.
Sorry.
No problem. What happens, the microphones today are very sensitive. When you unmute, no, I start hearing you. Even the murmur comes to my ear. I have a headset, and without getting distracted by my own loudness, I can hear you very clearly. Okay, pathitum, pathayitum. So in order to read, this is a kridanta version. Okay, pathitum, pathayitum. Okay, in order to teach, to cause to read. See, they have, instead of saying in order to teach or something, it's easier to use that cause word, because that gives that causality of nich. So to cause to read is a better literal translation there. Pathitavan, read and taught to read somebody else, caused somebody else to read. So here they have used the taught sense, but they have explained it the literal sense. Patitva, having read, pathayitva, having taught or having made a person to read. So what they have done, patdhatu, first example they have taken the latlakara tinganta form, pathati, pathayati. Then they have taken a tumunanta, a ktavatu, and what is it called? Twa is twanta only, is it? Okay, so that one they have used all the variant. No, that E is coming from nich, but this E is swartha nich. It comes from the dhatu prakriya. Here is pata itva, this yakara a little bit has come from the nich. Okay. So what is different in the right hand side is the nich has come and affected the forms. Okay, see here, let us look at one Paninian flow a little bit. Path plus nich, sanadi pratyaya, path plus E in the end, and pathi is the new dhatu, comes back as a dhatu. Then it takes the shap pratyaya, vikarana pratyaya. Shap is the default vikarana. If gana is, moment it has become a sanadi pratyaya, sanadi dhatu, it takes the shap pratyaya, and the tip which is coming from ting, tip just jhi, that one, first one. So lat prathama purusha ekavachana, tip. So pati a ti. Okay, pati a ti, that's what is written here. The shap generates a, tip generates ti. P is a itakshara, P and sh is a itakshara, only a remains. Like I told you, he uses extra letters for pronunciation and distinction. Okay, pati ati, and then there are some obviously some rules involved generating yakara here, pathayati. Okay, I can say some kind of yana prakriya, but there is a agama also. Okay, so ay is coming into picture, ay ati, so pathayati, but it is not a ayadesha, because ikara and akara normally cannot generate ayadesha directly. So some other agama happens, and then you get the pathayati form. Okay, but for that we need to go to Ashtadhyayi Sutra Krama and understand. I mean, our ashtadhyay.com site will definitely explain how this generation happens in a very, very detailed formula by formula way, which is usually head spinning. It's amazing. Some commonly used causal forms are shown in the sentences below. Read them carefully. So what they are now doing is throwing at us lot of these causal forms are so called nijantas. Okay, I guess they will use both tingantas and maybe some krudantas. Let us see. Okay, Mata annam balakena khadayati. Balakaha annam khadati. Mata annam balakena khadayati. Look at the application, guys. Okay, tritiya vibhakti. Okay, Mata annam has remained a karma, whether balaka is eating or Mata is making the balaka eat. Okay, so you see the English, mother the rice, by the boy make him eat. Okay, so that butler is useful for us. By the boy is fitting fine. The mother makes the rice to be eaten by the boy. There is a little bit of karmani flow there, kind of, which they have kind of ignored to make it active here. Mother makes the child eat rice. But if you see the Samskritam, it's a little bit of this karmani flow type of thing. Okay, so it's not Mata annam balakam kadayati. Very careful. Okay? So that is actually more the lesson there. How to use this. Okay, khadati khadayati. Saratihi ashwan dhavayati. Here you see here where khadana kriya was involved, looks like balakena was required, but ashwan karmapada has taken. Okay, so there is a subtle difference that we have to go into deeper grammar to explain why tritiya vibhakti was possible there and why it is dvitiya vibhakti here. Bhagini?
So is it that annam making the difference, because there
it is something about dvikarmatva katva not being there for khadana kriya. Okay, you hit the nail on the head. The dhavana kriya, okay, doesn't have a karma normally, but dhavayati can take on the karma of the ashwa because it's the object of being driven, whereas khadayati already has a karma annam and it cannot take a dvikarmakatva. Maybe we are forced to then take the karmani kind of route. Yeah, correct. Yeah. Point taken. You are hinting that I think it has something to do with the karmapada being present and it cannot take balaka as a second karma.
Yeah.
Even if I delete annam, suppose I delete annam from the equation, can I say Mata balakam khadayati? May not. There is an implicit hidden karmapada involved in khadana kriya which we cannot, whether we present it or not, it is implied. So even an implied karmapada will disable us from balakam khadayati. Okay?
Correct.
Maybe sakarmaka, akarmaka.
Yeah. Dhavana kriya is akarmaka. Khadana kriya is sakarmaka, but it may not be dvikarmaka.
Yeah.
So we have to check this with dvikarmaka and ask grammarians. If the sentences generate a dvikarmaka, we can all go check ashtadhyaya, it comes a dvikarmaka, etc. We could do it, but it is nice. At least we have become curious what is happening. Okay?
Yeah, correct.
That much we will know and we will move forward later. Answers will come. If questions, we know how to ask.
Yeah.
Saratihi ashwan dhavayati. Vidushakaha sarvan hasayati. So again, this is akarmaka. Hasati, dhavati, akarmakas. So there is something to tell that. Okay, hasati, hasayati. I don't need to read the English. You guys know this. Vidushaka, everyone knows. Okay. Shariraka shikshakaha sarvan kridayati. See, this is shariraka. I mean, in Kannada we use sharirika. Somehow Kannada uses a rhyming or whatever, I don't know. Shariraka. So remember the Sanskrit poem. Okay, Shariraka vikshikshakaha sarvan kridayati. So the physical teacher, physical instructor, okay. Physical instructor makes everyone play. Sarvan kridayati. Creed again is a akarmaka. Okay. In Sanskrit. It may not be in your Adu or like in Kannada or play in English is karma with plays football is a sakarmaka way usage. But nowadays sometimes we use creed in that sense, but it is not. Okay. Mama krite ekam lekhaneem dapaya. Okay. Da dhatu is dvikarmaka. Remember, da dhatu is dvikarmaka. Okay, so it continues to have dvikarmatva, so we can go, but here it is visheshana visheshya pair. There is no double karma here really. Just because two karma padas are there, it doesn't mean dvikarmaka sense has been used. Okay, so mama krute ekam lekanim dapaya, get me. So this is a lot type of sense. So for my sake, beget me one pencil, pen, whatever. Okay, dapaya. So dadati dapayati. Dapaya, this is lat, but this is in lot, I think. Okay.
Maria?
Yes.
Mama krute, we can just say mahyam.
Mat krute you can do. You can do a samasta mat krute like that.
No, mahyam.
Mahyam you can do. Correct. Mahyam ekam lekanim dapaya. Very good. You can do that. This krite is a substitute for mahyam. Yeah. Okay.
There is Sarathi Ashwan Dhavayati. This is active voice.
It is active voice. Dhavayati is a kartari prayoga applying to Sarathi as the karta.
So if I make it Sarathena Ashwan Dhavayati, then it will become...
No. Sarathya, first of all. Sarathya Ashwaha Dhavayante. Something like that it will become Karmani.
And if it is in single...
Ashwaha Dhavayate. Sarathya Ashwaha Dhavayate. That's not... Mahodaya, first let us learn basic nature. If you jump into now Karmani, our brain will explode.
It looks similar to Karmani.
What happens in Karmani also, when we switch the dhatu form into Karmani, we have to do two things, right? We have to add one nich and then we have to do Atmanepadi. Nich is already there, so nothing to add. We have to just do Atmanepadi. Dhavayate, hasayate, like that. Okay? Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, let me read this page and give a break, guys. Okay, boho shishum kshiram payaya, another lot. Hey, give the baby, make the baby drink milk, like that. Okay, shishum kshiram payaya. Here dvikarmakatva has been applied. Okay, so it is not shishuna kshiram payaya, it is shishum kshiram payaya. So again we have to go into how this now takes the dvikarmakatva which was not allowed for annam balakam khadayati. Okay, because both are some heavy noise coming. I don't know. 1 second, hold on, guys. I have to mute all. Okay, it became quiet. Okay, so there it was annam balakena khadayati. Here it shishum kshiram payaya. Payayati also will fit. Payaya doesn't change anything here. Payaya is just making it a lot sense. It couldn't payayati. Okay, shishum kshiram payayati. So boho shishum kshiram payaya iti kopi uktavan mata shishum kshiram payayati. Like that you can say. So here dvikarmakatva. Because Shishu is the object of receiving the milk. Milk is the object that is being served. And this has taken the Dvikarma. Just like Da Dhatu takes, this Pa Dhatu has taken this Dvikarmakatva here. Okay. But here they didn't use this. Sir, why you said
in Khadayati, Balakin became Tritiya, and why not here it remains in with...
There also Balakam should be okay, right?
What?
Why the difference in the first one? Where,
that's what Bhagini, there is something about Dvikarmakatva sense that comes into equation for some dhatus and not for that, I think. Okay, but at this level, let us take, if we end up saying annam balakam khadayati, it's not like a disaster. Okay, that's because subtlety of this variation, exceptions, and under what condition we can put to karmapada, especially when nich is in process. After nich, what happens to karmakatva and all, we really not ready for that. Okay, so but at least for this we will remember the prototype. For khad there was tritiya used for balaka, whereas for pa there was a dvitiya used for shishu. Shishuna kshiram payaya, no. Maybe that's okay also. Maybe if you say Shishuna Kshiram Paya, it's not illegal, but it is allowed to say Shishum Kshiram Paya, and it's a little bit more easier for us to interpret also. Okay. For example, same way here, dapaya we know is a dvikarmaka. So maybe mahyam lekhanim dapaya. Okay, like Mahodaya used. So mam lekhanim dapaya also could be possible. Okay, mam lekhanim dapaya. Mam being dvikarmaka sense of using mam. Right? It doesn't sound wrong. Mam lekhanim dapaya doesn't sound wrong. Instead of mama krute, ekam is just almost useless there. So mam, then you can further say ekam lekhanim, because ekam lekhanim is really eka lekhanim only. It's a very 100% pairing there. It's not any extra karma there. So mam lekhanim dapaya may also be legal, because dadatu by nature is dvikarmaka. We very much learn that very early. Okay, all right. Okay, aham tat ma pataya. This ma is about negation of a lot. We remember, no? Ma is used for negating a lot. So ma kuru, ma pataya. Okay, but ma patatu has become ma pataya. So okay, patati patayati. Lot will be patatu patayat. Patatu Prathama Purusha. Madhyama Purusha will come how? Pat. I don't know Madhyama Purusha form of patatu. Patatu, patataha, patantu. Let's check later. Okay, the lot. But anyway, at least in lot in niche form it is pataya. Okay. So pataya. Tat ma pataya.
Madhyam Purush only.
I think pataya is Madhyam Purush maybe.
Yes, sir.
It sounds like, yeah.
Yeah, I checked in Ashtadhyayi.
Oh, you did. Okay, very good. Bhagini, can you quickly go to not Nijanta and check how this patati in lot goes? Can you read it out?
Just Kartari, right, sir?
Kartari, patati, same wherever the table patati is there, go down to lot. Yes. Yeah.
Just sir, pat. Only pat.
But lot lakara kartari without nich.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is only pata.
No. Pata. Okay, pata. Oh, okay. You are saying halant type, so I got confused. Pata. Okay. Pata or pataya. Okay, well done. Thanks, Bhagini. Okay, so ma pata, ma pataya. Don't fall, don't make something fall. Something is the tat. Aham tena patram lekhayami. Okay, so I will make the letter be written by him. So here tena patram lekhayami. Okay, so again this similar to balakena sense has come. Etebhyah pradarshinim darshaya. Okay, with for these people, etebhyah pradarshinim darshaya. Show the picture or exhibition or whatever. Could be slides also. Okay, pashyati darshayati. Lot darshaya. Okay, so in lot normal without the niche it will be pashya, something like that. Okay, kripaya bhavan mam smarayatu. Okay, kripaya bhavan mam smarayatu. Don't remind me. Oh, smarayatu. Sorry, man. I almost read as ma smarayatu. No, mam smarayatu. So you please remind me. Okay. So smarati smarayati. Lot is smarayatu. Bhavan. Because of bhavan uttama purusha here. Okay. Alright. So let's take a break. Well past the time, but let's take a 3-minute break and continue for a little more time after the break and do some practice before we forget all these forms. So okay, could take a water break, and around 12:21 we will gather back and do some exercises before we call it a Saturday, and then we will discuss today evening's program also. Please take a break.
Request.
Okay, welcome back. So now let us go through some exercises for some time before we call it a morning. Okay, so abhyasa, like I told, these abhyasas sometimes give new words to us to practice with, so it's also a place to learn some more examples, not just try and answer. So udaharanam trayanam bhuvananam samaharah tribhuvanam dvigu samasah. No problem. So what we are supposed to do? they have already given two aspects of it, so that's why it's more like teaching than actually practicing some knowledge of what we have gained. So Chaturnam Yuganam Samahara Chatur Yugam. So we have to say what it is. Okay. So this is easy enough, so I will allow what you call this crowdsourced answering. So no need to call out any names. So you guys can shout out the answer to me. I will read it and then you shout so that we are synchronized. Chaturnam Yuganam Samahara Chatur Yugam.
Dvigu Samasa.
Dvigu Samasa. By nature it is Samahara. So we don't need to again say Samahara Dvigu unless we go to, for example, there is a Samasa Pustaka here in my hand. I have to check, for example, in that whether Dvigu has Prabhedas, which is not highlighted here. Okay, it just let me take a quick look while because it is an important one. I'll take a quick glance. Sangraha, Dvandvaha, Vyai Bhavaha, Samasa Beda Vistaraha, Karmadarayaha, Dvigu Samasaha. See here, Tadditartha Dviguhu, Uttarapada Dviguhu, Samahara Dviguhu iti Tridha. Okay. For example, Shannam Matrunam Apatyam Shanmaturaha Tadditartha Dviguhu. Okay. Shan Maturaha. See, there is almost a Taddita built into the Dvigu. Shan Maturaha. Shannam Matrunam Apatyam, the son of 6 mothers. Oh, best wishes to him. Shan Maturaha. Okay. Okay, then Dvayoho Matroho Apatyam Dvau Maturaha. Dvai Maturaha instead of Dvau Maturaha. Dvai Maturaha. So there is a lot of Taddita happening as part of the Dvigu. So that's why it's called Tadditartha Dvigu. There is a Sankhya sense, but there is something more. That's why it is doing that. Then Uttarapada Dvigu, I will read out an example. Pancha Gavaha Dhanam Yasya Saha. Oh, you almost like Bahurihi it is going. Pancha Gavaha Dhanam Yasya Saha. Pancha Gavadanaha. Okay, Uttarapada Dvigu it is called. It's classified as a Dvigu which is under Tatpurusha but has a Vigraha Katana like Bahuri. So what Samskrita Bharati has done is, okay, let us not torture them because they will get confused with the basic Lakshanas we have told. They have stuck to Samahara Dvigu. Okay, they have not gone to Tadditartha Dvigu and Uttarapada Dvigu. So there are 3 varieties and technically what we are reading is a Samahara Dviguhu. So if you put Samahara Dviguhu also you are fine. If you put Dviguhu also you are fine. Samahara Dviguhu is more accurate because it is explaining more about it. Okay. And we haven't been taught Uttarapada Dviguhu or Tadditartha Dviguhu. But if you go to Samskrita Bharati library, online bookshop or even the physical bookshop in Aksharam office, you will find a beautiful tiny booklet by Mahabaleshwara Bhattavaryaha. Mahabaleshwara Bhattaha. It's a very old book, printed and printed and printed. Every time they print 50,000 copies and 5,000 copies and it disappears quickly. So it's in long ago it was in its 12th print. So you will find some further count. Okay, it's a very cheap book. It's a very tiny booklet, only $20, but it is an explosive book. It's contain so many examples of lot of samasa, and actually I was searching for a particular samasa and didn't find it in this book. So it also needs some more thickening. Okay. Chaturnam Yuganam Samahara Chaturyugam Dviguhu, you guys said. Jaya cha patischa Jaya pati. Itaretara Dvandva. Very good. See, because this is a Dvivachana, Jaya pati. Okay. So Itaretara Dvandva. Mata cha pita cha Mata pitarau. Itaretara Dvandva. Now I have something in red here. Okay. This you can do 2 ways. Okay. When you do Mata Pitarau, you are doing Itaretara Dvandva and it is your choice. You are not prevented from writing it as Mata Pitarau. But you can choose to do something called Ekashesha Vritti. Instead of Samasa Vritti, you can choose to take the Ekashesha Vritti path and just make it Pitarau. Okay. Then I have to call it not a Samasa, I have to call it Ekashesha. Basically it is a parallel Vritti to Samasa. Ekashesha is an Apavada to optional apavada, let us say. It's an optional apavada to Dvandva. Okay. Itaretara Dvandva. Okay. So that is what is Pitarau. So here in the exam, if you write Pitarau and put Ekashesha, is also you have to be given one 0.0001 mark. They can't add it up, but so remember, nothing wrong. It actually done better. You identified a parallel to samasa, but for the exam, stick to Mata Pitaro, guys. I don't want to over advise you into smart ways. Hemantascha shishirascha vasantascha. Hemanta shishira vasantaha.
Itare.
By the time I read the first two words, you guys had the answer. Trayanam Vedanam Samaharaha Trivedi. Dvigu Samasaha. So now this Dvigu is only for the collection, but today this can be further applied to personified. Somebody can be a Trivedi. So there may be a slightly different Vigraha Katana for making somebody Trivedi. Here we are sticking to the Veda collection itself as Trivedi. Okay, remember the distinction. Trivedi doesn't necessarily mean somebody who is having knowledge of all three Vedas or something. Some three Vedas, not all. All are four, of course. So, or it could be somebody with knowledge of three Vedas. Okay, so there may be a different type of Trivedi emerging. Okay.
So in which case it becomes Bahuvrihi?
Bahuvrihi Samasa. That will come under Bahuvrihi. Okay, that's why it's different possibilities are there. What does your sentence need will imply the type of Samasa. In the olden days, apparently they had tonal variations. If it is this type or that type, they used to use the Swaraksharas. So that E Akara could have had Udatta, Anudatta, Swarita, or even Anunasika, Sanyas, etc. maybe to indicate the type of samasa. Apparently, grammarians identified that you can use those accents to show the path, but we have lost all that. Now we have to contextually pick it up. That's all. For example, entire Dhatupata had accented Dhatupata. People have now reconstructed the accents because now they know, okay, this is the meaning, so I can put this accent, that accent, like that. That's also lost to us. Okay. Accent being Udatta, Anudatta, Swarita accents. Okay. Maybe Chandrabindu in some places. I am not too sure. Yeah, I think Chandrabindu, because any Swara Akshara which is a Itakshara, like Akara, Ikara, etc., was indicated as a Itakshara with a Chandrabindu on top of them. So to make it Anunasika variant. That Anunasika variant told us it's a Itakshara, we have to take it out of the Patha and make the Dhatu only this or that without it. Like that. Okay, so that was also used. Vakcha Arthascha Vagarthau. This pada is very famous. Can you guys tell why this pada is famous?
Kalidasa.
In which kavya does it come? Raghuvamsham. Very good. The first verse of Raghuvamsham, first word of Raghuvamsham is Vagarthau. Okay, and it's actually Vagartha Viva Sampraktau, like that. Parvati, Parveshwari. Actually, no, it is not the first word. Sorry, it's not the first word. Yeah.
This is the Dhyana Shloka.
Dhyana Shloka, Mangala Shloka. Yeah. Mangala Shloka, Dhyana Shloka. Mangala Shloka is the technical term used. Okay.
Mahodaya, this Vakcha Arthascha, isn't it Samahara?
No. There, in the context of that verse also, it is two different objects. One is mere sound, another is the meaning. Okay. So, it is not as if it is, the meaning of a word. It is in Kalidasa, the way he uses it is one is word and one is Shabda and one is Artha, like that he uses Shabdartha. Okay. But if you call it Shabdasya Artha, Shabdartha, nothing wrong. But way Kalidasa meant in that place is as two entities. Because he is comparing Parvati and Parameshwara, the Prakriti and Purusha, basically. The Prakriti Tattva and the Purusha Tattva, he is referring to in a Dvandva sense as Vagartha. For him, because he is a Kavi with Sahitya focus, for him the word is Parvati, the meaning is Parameshwara. What a beautiful Upama is unbelievable. Okay? Yeah. That's why we call it Itaretara Dvandva, the Itaretara of Parvati and Parameshwara. Now we can argue till the cows come home, are there two entities, are there and the one entity? Yeah, that is also, you can make them some Samahara. Okay. Shvashruhu cha, Shvashurascha. ಶ್ವಶ್ರೂ ಶ್ವಶುರೌ ಅಪ್ಪಪ್ಪ
Itaretara
dvandva. We can say that much, but I think we need to remember to do this construction properly. So shvashruhu cha shvashurascha. Okay, so one is father-in-law, other is daughter-in-law. I don't know how the combination is, but that's what it is. Oh, sorry, mother-in-law and father-in-law. Mother-in-law and father-in-law. This is a legal combination. Okay. ಜನನೀ ಚ ಜನಕಶ್ಚ ಜನನೀ ಜನಕೌ ಇತರ ದ್ವಂದ್ವ. Okay, again potentially ekashesha may be possible like pitarau. Okay, this is another place maybe janakau can be used to mean parents, like English word parent is. Okay, so ekashesha is possible. So Sanskrit also allows that. Okay, instead of new word it just uses janaka shabda only. पाणी च पादौ च एतेषां समाहारः पाणिपादम्. Samahara what? Dvandva. Thanks. I almost heard Dvigu somewhere. So now why it is not Dvigu? Because there is no Sankhya. So remember that Sankhya rule. This is about 2 hands and 2 legs. If it was Chatushpadi, for example, oh beautiful, Chatushpadi, that is actually a Dvigu. Okay, Kakascha ulukascha anayoho samaharaha kakolukam. Samahara dvanda. Where does kakolukam come?
Panchatantra.
Kakolukiyam is one of the chapter names in Panchatantra. Okay, so like Mitra Veda, Mitra Labha, one of them is Kakolukiyam. No, now we understand what it is. So he is using the upama of Kaka and Uluka somewhere as a basis for explaining a Niti Shastra. I mean, unbelievable Panchatantra. So that's what. Okay, Labhascha, Alabhascha, Labha, Labhau. Itaretara dvandva. What a beautiful construction, like profit and loss in one word. Okay. Jayascha Vijayascha Jaya Vijayau. Itaretara dvandva. Okay, here this is not opposites, this is two these what pictures below are Jaya and Vijaya, by the way. Every temple, no, before the Garbhagudi or sometimes even at the Dwara have Jaya Vijaya, right? So that those two protectors of the abode of God is Jaya and Vijaya. So the Jayascha Vijayascha Jaya Vijayau. Okay, I think we can do this column also. Adaha dattanam, it could have been adho dattanam because utva could have been taken. Anyway, adaha dattanam vigraha vakyani likhitva samasanama likata. So they have increased the challenge for us. Earlier they gave the vigraha vakya, they gave the vigraha krita samastapada rupa, then they asked what identification. Now we have to do a little bit more. They have just given that. They have just given the Chatur Yugam type, and then you have to expand. So Brahma Vishnu Maheshwaraha, old example, Brahma cha Vishnu cha Maheshwarascha itaretara dvandva. So now we guys have to do this. Okay, now crowdsourcing may be okay. So let me proceed with it. Dharmartha kama mokshaha.
Dharmascha kamascha mokshascha
itaretara dvandva. Okay, what are these for? Can somebody say what are these for?
Purushartha.
Well done, Bhagini. These are 4 Purusharthas. So fundamental to our philosophy, Sanatana Dharma. 4 Purusharthas. See how Kama is included. We have to highly appreciate our philosophers. They don't make everything only sannyasa and all that nonsense. Okay, Dharmartha Kama. There are different places for everything. That's why they have it. Okay, Dharmartha Kama Mokshaha. Beautiful. So that is Dharmascha, Arthascha, etc. and Itaretaraha. I just shortened it to Itaretaraha. Imagine Dvandva. Don't do this shortcut. Put Dvandva. Okay. Shabdarthau.
itaretara
dvandva. Just here, just similar to Vagarthau. Okay. Shabdarthau. But it is not Shabdasya Artha Tau Shabdarthau. Okay, that is also feasible, I am not saying, but it is lame, that's all. Shankachak, they cannot actually not give you marks if you do that. You know, Technically it is not illegal. Shabdasya artah shabdartah tau shabdartau, meaning of two words. That's what you meant, nothing wrong. But they will have to give you marks. Unfortunately, if they don't, that is bad evaluation. We will leave it at that. Okay. It's not like, there is a prototype answer sheet and it said itaretara dvandva and you wrote a tatpurusha interpretation. It is not. That the evaluator is supposed to know enough Sanskrit to say nothing wrong with this interpretation. In another context, I will give marks. Like that he has to think. Technically, sometimes the answer prototype will have both answers. Okay, if somebody has patience in Samskrit Bharati to prepare, when evaluation happens, they give a prototype answer sheet for us privately, so that we sit there and do the evaluation, give it all up and come back. Okay, so sometimes we have to go little beyond the prototypes that are given there. That's why they select the evaluators more carefully than they select teachers sometimes. Shankha Chakra Gada Padmani. Padmam cha. Okay. What are these things, guys? Do you know what are these four things?
Vishnu,
they are in Vishnu.
Yeah, they are various parikaras of Vishnu. Parikara are actually, they are almost given Upadevata sthanas. Okay. Kind of. Okay, just like Garuda is given that sthana like that. Shankascha, Chakrascha, Gadacha, Padmamcha, Napumsake, that one. Itaretara. That's why Padma dominates. See?
That's why it has taken Padmani.
Because of Padma's Napumsakatva. Padmam. Okay. Gauri Shankarau.
Gauri
Shankarau. Itaretara Dvandva. I don't know whether Ekashesha can be done at this level. If we can look at them as one entity, we can call it Shankarau, because especially if it is Shankaricha, Shankarascha, Shankarau, like that, it sounds okay to do a Ekashesha sense when it is Shankari and Shankara, not when it is Gauri and Shankara. Okay, so this one is a Itaretara Dvandva. Anyway, don't go to Ekashesha, guys, because we are sticking to this Dvandva types for now. Just I have introduced you to it to show the color of language. Hariharau. Actually, this shloka where Vagartav comes, Pitarau comes. Okay? Ekashesha comes there. Interesting. In Kalidasa's Kavya. There is a lot of commentary, because it is the first Kavya. People will write a lot of commentary on why he chose that, why he chose this. Tirelessly they will comment on it. Okay. Pancharatram. Ratrinam Samahara. Correct. Ratrinam is the correct declaration. Samahara Pancharatram Napumsake. Oh, so Dviguhu Napumsake Dviguhu. So Panchanam Ratrinam Samahara. Anatva is also there because of Repa. Okay. Ashtadhyayi. Samasaha no. Samaharaha. It is a samasa, but don't put samasaha in Vigraha Vakya. Dvigu samasaha, maybe somebody said. I may have been I'm over laughing, sorry. Ashtanam adhyayanam samaharaha dviguhu. But you can also say samahara dviguhu also. Brahmana kshatriya vaishya shudraha.
Brahmana
Itaretara dvandaha. Well done. Now what are these for? Chaturvarnaha. Samyak. Chaturvarnaha. Very good. We call it Varna Shabda we use for this. So Brahmanascha, Kshatriyascha, Vaishyascha, Shudrascha, Brahmana Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudraha. Itaretara dvandva. Oh, this one is very interesting. Gatapatam. This is the Samahara of Gat. Why it is Samahara? Because it is in Ekavachana. Okay.
So we have to use Anayoga.
Anayoho Samahara. Correct. So it is a Samahara Dvandva. Okay, not Itaretara Dvandva. So Gatascha Patascha Anayoho Samaharaha. So Samahara Dvandva. Gatapatam.
Meaning, sir?
Actually, ghata is a kumbha, or what you call pot. Pata is a plate type of thing. More like a flat thing like that. Ghata pata. I don't know under what context this ghatapatam becomes like a samahara like that, like panipadam like that. I don't know that. If it is a pot and a plate, it does. But pata is not just a plate. Pata is like usually a plaque. So I don't know, Bhagini, actually. The sense of that ghatapatam, I don't know. I have to check a little bit. Okay. Like we know panipadam, I can't explain ghatapatam, how they become a sahamara, singles collective. What is the really strong relationship between them? I know the relationship between a cup and a plate, maybe even a pot, and maybe it's a lid of the pot is called pata, I don't know. Sukha dukke. Sukham cha dukkam cha sukha dukke. Okay. So this napumsaka dvivachana itaretara dvandva. Okay. Sukham cha dukkam cha itaretara dvandha sukha dukke. So you see phalam phale. So remember that both strilinga and napumsaka in prathama vibhakti dvivachana has this ekarantatva. Okay, akaranta napumsaka and akaranta strilinga are going like that. Okay, phala pushpani.
Don't
go palam cha pushpam cha. If you go palam cha pushpam cha in the vigraha vakya, you end up with pala pushpau. But then you have to put vibhakti pratyaya. Nothing wrong. Phalam cha pushpam cha pala pushpau kama tani pala pushpani you have to do. That's all. Okay? As if there are many palas and many pushpas, you can. But pluralize in the vigraha is better. Phalani cha pushpani cha phala pushpani. Samahara. Itaretara. Kshamyatam, not samahara. Itaretara. Because both pala and pushpa is there in the. It's not ekavachana. Okay, that's why it is itaretara. Okay, tripadi. Trayanam padanam samahara tripadi. So you may wonder who is tripadi. Greatest Vedic mantras are all tripadis, not chatushpadis like we use in Loka. Of course, chatushpadis are also used in Veda. But Gayatri, for example, Gayatri Chandas uses a tripadi vyavastha. Okay, 24 letters, 8 times 3. Okay, so this is a Dvigu Tripadi. Kam is not an auto rickshaw. If you wanted to know. Kamakrodhau. Ekavachana here. Because in Dvivachana the final, Kamascha Krodhascha itaretara dvandva. Kshupt pipase. Kshut cha becomes kshut cha. Takara becomes chakara. So kshut cha. But you can write it separately. Kshut cha pipasa cha kshut pipase. What is the linga of kshut pipase?
Saptami.
Not Saptami. It is in Prathama Vibhakti only, Bhagini. Linga. Strilinga. Pipasa, pipase, pipasaha. Thirst, two thirsts, many thirsts. Many thirsts is possible for people. So. Kshut means hunger. Kshut means hunger. Okay. Kshut cha, pipasa cha, strilinge, itaretara dvandvaha, kshut, kshutau, kshtutaha. If you wanted to know how kshut shabda declines because we are interested, though it is not relevant to this word because it has become a pratipika padika in this word, but just to because it's an opportunity when we see some new word like kshut, it's not ordinary. I thought okay, kshut, kshutau, kshutaha is the form. Takaranta.
Pipasa is thirsty.
Pipasa is thirst, okay. Not thirsty. Thirsty is pipasitaha or pipasita. Thirst is pipasa. One is bhava, one is purusha. Okay.
Kshut andre
ಕ್ಷುತ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಹಸಿವೆ, ಹಸಿವೆ, ಹಂಗರ್. ಜನ್ಮ ಮೃತ್ಯು ದೀರ್ಘ ಜನ್ಮ ಮೃತ್ಯು ಜನ್ಮಶ್ಚ ಮೃತ್ಯುಃ ಚ ಮೃತ್ಯುಃ ಚ. ಓಕೆ, ಜನ್ಮ ಚ ಸಾರಿ ಜನ್ಮ ನೋ ಜನ್ಮ ಚ ಲೈಕ್ ಕರ್ಮ ಶಬ್ದ. ಜನ್ಮ ಚ ಮೃತ್ಯುಶ್ಚ. ಓಕೆ, ಇತರೇತರ ದ್ವಂದ್ವ. So Janma word is again another tricky word. Nakaranta Napumsakalinga. Janma, Janmani, Janmani. I think this is Rasva. This may be a spelling error on my part. So it is Karma, Karmani, Karmani, like that. So same way. Janma, Janmani, Janmani. This is Rasva. Okay. I will edit it at the end of the class. So Nakaranta Napumsakalinga. So similarly Mrityu Shabda. Mrityuhu, Mrityu, Mrityavaha. Guruhu, Guru, Guravaha. Well, good prototype is there. Guru Shabda. Ukaranta Pullinga Shabda. So here this is Guru Shabdavat Mrityu Shabda. Tadvat Janma Mrityu iti dvivachane Ukarantatvam svikriyate dvivachane. Itaretara dvandva. Janma cha. So remember, don't do Karman, Janman. These are all Nakaranta Napumsakas. So Nakaranta Napumsaka. Janman iti Pratipadikam. But then the question immediately comes, if Pratipadika is Janman, where did Nakara go away? Why it has Janman Mrityuhu, Janman Mrityu? Because Janman is the Pratipadika. There is some lopa. Okay? There is an alopa ordered. See, remember Rajan Shabda with Maha loses something similar. I am not saying, because there Raja was the second part. Here Janma is the first part. So something like that, some process is there. Maybe in Samasta it loses, Nalopa happens wherever it sits.
Same we had for Rajendra also, like it was Raja plus Indra. The Vigraha Vakya
Rajan, where is the Nakara in the Pratipadika, like that, correct? So it is a previous word losing the Nakara, right? Correct, very good, yes. Very good point. So there is an alopa, and then as if it is an akaranta pratipadika, it is treated in the collective.
Okay, so they had not taken the pratipadik, they had taken the prathama ekvachan form. Raja hacha Indra hacha, something like that.
There I think it is simple sandhi bagini.
No, sir, we had this in, I think, Karmadhara or somewhere we had this
example. Nakara lokpaha bhavati.
Nakarasya lopaha tatrapi purvapade yadi asti chedapi bhavati iti asti. Astu tarhi. Tataiva svikurmaha. Maharajaha ityatra nalopaha uttarapade Rajendraha atava atra janma mrityu ityadishu purvasmin pade eva bhavati.
It is Upamanottar Raja Rushi Eve Rajarshi. They have not given Rajan.
Yes, somebody is trying to say Mahodaya. Who is it?
Yeah, Mahodaya, Maharaja Shabdasya Purva Padasya api nalopa. Mahan Shabdasya nalopa bhavati.
Mahan Maharaja, correct. Well, akarantatva happens to the whole word due to Rajan losing nalopa. Maybe Mahat Shabda, there it is. Mahat Shabda. So something else is at play. Okay. Anyway. All right. Okay, we will call it a day. There is lot more exercise and we have overshot our Saturday limit. So we will call it a day, but there is more to come. So it's good learning. This kind of exercise, after we have filled in this kind of visual, is actually a series of examples for us to memorize. And so just don't need to practice only from the text part of the textbook. From the Q&A part of the textbook also we need to learn the examples and practice them. So it will be nice to have these also in reference. So now I would like to just I have tried to do decent justice to whoever volunteered to do a reading. So today, using that Google Meet, the program will start for the for celebrating Gita Jayanti by studying a good portion, two small but significant chapters of Bhagavad Gita. So I have already designated the volunteers. 2 or 3 shlokas will come in each slide, and at that time if you can recite them as best as you can. Don't be conscious. It's not that we are expecting you to be experts. Like in some other groups, they are just choosing 1 or 2 students to read the whole chapter. I want to do it this way. I want each one to have a couple of verses to read. Again, I don't want to force anyone. That's why I've asked for volunteers from your side to come up. 2 of you have volunteered for the shlokas, but I think one of the persons already has been assigned to read some verses from the Gita itself. So we will see. I will take the dynamics in the evening. Please join in good numbers, whether or not you are part of the recitation team. it will be nice to listen to Bhagavad Gita today to celebrate the Gita Jayanti. So please spend some time today evening between I think 6 and 7 or something. 7 and 8. I'm trying to recall.
7 and 8.
7 and 8. Thank you. So today 7 o'clock, a little bit earlier to 7 o'clock. Please join that Google Meet link, and then at the correct point I will call out the names. I will print out the list of the thing, and I will make sure the screen, if I am able to share the screen, I will have the slides up there for you to look at it. But please have your PDF also accessible, whatever I have sent also, so that you can read from that if needed. Okay, all right. So with that, I would like to call it a day, today's morning class. Are there any remnant queries and questions?
Yes, sir. I have one confusion with this Phala Pushpani. Why is it Phalani and Pushpani? I'm not getting.
Yeah. Phalani, Pushpani. Phalam, Pushpam, both are Napumsaka. So Phalani cha, Pushpani cha.
Yeah, but then why like we are doing Vigraha Vakya in plural? I'm getting.
Very good. See, you can do two ways. I explained it. You can do two ways. You can do, because already the word is in Bahuvachana. Phala Pushpani.
Yeah.
If it was Phala Pushpe, there was singular only, I would have gone. Phalam cha, Pushpam cha, Phala Pushpe. But it is in Bahuvachana. So I have two choices now. I can collect it as plurality of Phalas and Pushpas and directly go to Bahuvachana. Okay. Or I can do singular, Phalam cha, Pushpam cha, Phala Pushpe, Tani Phala Pushpani.
Okay.
I can do Vibhakti Viparyaya using Tani. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Understood?
Yeah, got
okay.
it, sir. Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a nice day, guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
See you all in the evening.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಮಹೋದಯ.
ನಮೋ ನಮಃ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಸರ್ವೇಭ್ಯಃ.